Okay.
Skies at high 76. And for the daytime in the Coachella Valley, sunny skies at high 91 degrees. I'm forecaster Jimmy O'Neill for Smart Talk 1490 KMET.
That's right. It's the morning show here on ABC News Radio, KMET 1490 AM. Joining our live stream audience there, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Periscope TV, LinkedIn. Glad to have you with us on today's show. We got some interesting news as well as what's going on in your world. I will say it's been a really good weekend. What's going to be in your week? What are you planning on doing? What are you going to make happen? That's sometimes always a nice little thing to think as the week progresses. Of course, we've got to look back at the things that have happened and the things that are going to happen. But joining us over there in the booth in San Bernardino, Riverside, is Mr. Jesse Sanchez. Good morning, Jesse.
Good morning.
So I got to ask, how was your weekend?
It was good. Just relaxed on Saturday, did a little work, and relaxed on Sunday.
Nice. That's always nice. Let's see. Today's National 412s Day, National Big Wind Day, National Colorado Day, National Grilled Cheese Sandwich Day, or National Licorice Day. Of these, which will you celebrate this date, Jesse?
What was those first two?
National 412s Day. Got no idea what that is. National Big Wind Day. Not sure I want that in my house, especially if someone passes it. And National Colorado Day, which
Let's go with that first one because I don't know what it is and I want to know.
All right, now you're right. Sometimes those things end up being a really big thing, huh? Okay, according to this, on National 412s Day, the nation will honor a magnificent number that holds significance in several ways. We measure our days in 2 12-hour sets when we buy roses, eggs, and pastries. We purchase them by the dozen. How many months are in a year? 12. Math lovers appreciate 12 because it has a perfect number of divisors. Who knew that? Sports fans remember all the great athletes in every sport who have worn that fabulous number. Terry Bradshaw, John Stockton, Jim Kelly, Dwight Howard. Let's see. Any football fans, of course, they wear the number to represent themselves as the 12th member of their favorite team. The vital members of the football team support players on and off the field, especially to the success of the players and the teams. The celebration focuses on the fans who inspire their teams. So there you go. How do you observe National 412s Day? There's so many different ways. I guess I never thought about numbers in that way. There's a science called numerology and number math and coding and God math and the God code. What do you think about that, Jesse?
It's actually really interesting. If I think too much into it, my head starts to hurt. So I just think of it as a little for fun entertainment. So if I think of it as too much, it tends to become overwhelming.
Yeah, I get you with that. I mean, there was the 12 tribes of Judah, right? There's like, let's say, there's a lot of different ways to do it, right? And so there you go. Pretty cool stuff. All right. Rosalie in social media says, good morning. Stephanie Reed says, hello, happy editing this glorious, gloomy, sunny day ahead for today's awesome busy day ahead. It's interesting that it's gloomy and sunny at the same time. Just kidding. She's ready for the sun to come out. Viviana says, good morning, everyone. All right. So in social media, lots of different things going on, right? Of course, where have we gone with coronavirus? We'll talk about that in a little bit around the corner. I believe there was a really bad earthquake in India over the weekend as well. Some actually checked in as safe. Some really bad aftermath there. However, I will say, starting off the day a little bit on a good side. Jesse, I had an interesting weekend where I actually checked out a facility in Pasadena. And I've driven by this place and I thought, okay, it's closed. Okay, I don't get to see in. I don't know what they have. But I always remember like, okay, one day I'm going to jump in there and just see what's happening right now. I will say, I wasn't happy because I had like a flat tire and then like I had to deal with that. I still have to deal with that today. So it was a kit and caboodle of just stuff I didn't want to deal with, right? But I wanted to go to America's Tire and I was driving there, but they were closed. Everybody was closed on a Sunday. I'm like, why would a tire place be closed on a Sunday? Does nobody get flats on a Sunday? So if you get a flat on a Sunday, you are out of luck. Like there's nothing you can do. So I was a little upset by that, right? I mean, could you see that happening? You're like, I need a tire. Nobody's open. What the heck?
Right? Yeah, I didn't know tires can pop on Sunday. I thought that's
Only a weekday thing.
Yeah.
So needless to say, I got to do that. However, I will say this. On my way to Pasadena, I actually checked out a really cool place. It's called Odyssey Games. And I got to say, for the parents and the families out there that are dealing with, kids that are like, oh, I got nothing to do, I'm bored. You could totally go to this place or implement something like this. It's called Odyssey Games, and it's the gaming retailer and event venue in Pasadena. They are centered around the old Game Empire community and located in the exact same building. It's been revamped and reworked and redone. And what they have in here, Jesse, how could you explain this for the novice person there? Because I'm showing it on our live stream.
Okay, so if you go into like a Walmart or Target and you go into like the board game section and you see all those little board games, imagine that times 1,000. And the games that they have here are these games are not sold in stores. Well, not regular stores, but they do a lot of like critical thinking, storytelling, and stuff like that. So it's pretty amazing. Get your kids into Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah, I mean, they've got everything from Warhammer. If you don't know what Warhammer is, it's a pretty cool. I remember going to one place and you can actually make, which I will say, like if you look at some of the cool figures, you could paint them, right? They come unpainted, so to speak, or just very raw, I guess is the best way to say it. And they have all sorts of different board games, right? And the reason that that's so cool is so imagine Monopoly, but much more fun, right?
It's pretty much you play an interactive story.
Yeah, that's a good way to say it. And then you have tournaments, right? You got people playing with games and just having fun, good old fashioned board fun, like on a board, right? Board games kind of are not the best way to say it. But the events that they have here, they've got all kinds. Here's some of them. Okay. Mondays, 7:00, Warhammer, right? Tuesdays and Thursdays, Crusade, Warhammer 40,000. I met some guys, I kid you not, Jesse, that were from like old time war times.
Mm-hmm.
Where one served in World War II. We talked about it, and then past Vietnam, and he just retired, I think 2013 from the military, and he was having fun with this stuff. But he paints them, and then he makes them, and then they roll the dice, and then they go at them, and they see the distance, and you have like these cool. You just have to participate and go check it out. They got X-Wing. Thursday, 7:00. How cool is that? Transformers trading card game. Second and fourth Sundays. Of course, they've got Magic the Gathering online, but you could expose your kids to this stuff or get some of this stuff and then do it at the house. So you could put them in the backyard. You could create like a little outside area. I had one guy who says he just repurposed his cars, and he says this is good for the kids to like paint them and remake them and then make it like Death Race, or where you kill zombies, you run over zombies, and I was like, this is so cool. So it was a really cool experience. I have to say, for the kids out there, like, go do something like that. Use something, it's good for strategy mind, right? You mentioned some other like critical thinking stuff as well, right? Good harmony time with the other friends. You could play like 4 to 8 players. And adults can play this because it's some of it's sophisticated, and then other things it's like, let's keep it simple for the kids, right?
Right. Like I used to play Dungeons and Dragons in like my first year of high school with my friend, and I would go to like message boards and people would be making fun of Dungeons and Dragons, and then this guy would chime in. He'd be like, "Just to let you know that there are some Navy SEALs out there that play it."
Yeah.
It helps with their critical thinking and just thinking on the fly and stuff like that. It'd be like, it's not just fantasy. It's just you live the story.
Well, and that's kind of the thing that I kind of want to take from this, because as a kid, I was always told or put under the gun of like, oh, don't look at that stuff. It's magic and this and that sorcery. Because I was brought up very, religious and such. And I said, okay, all right. And I never understood, so I always stayed away from it. However, as long as it's not the Ouija board, like, so they sell that stuff out there, and that stuff can cause a lot of harm. That's a whole other. That's a game you don't want to get involved with, right?
Yeah, I don't believe in it too much, but you know what? I ain't gonna risk it. I don't want that thing in my house. That's all I got to say about the Ouija board.
Trust me, that's a whole other situation. Okay, but when it comes to like Marvel, or it comes to DC, or they've got some cool Star Trek Voyager games, like trading card games. You play the game and then you go at others, and it's better than a solitaire card game. You know what I mean? Where you're playing the cards and you're just playing with yourself. You could play with some more. It's like Pokemon. I mean, they didn't have a Pokemon Night, right? But I think they should at this one. I know at other ones they do have that in other card game places. But I just thought, how cool is this? To be able to have anything from like Pokemon to as high as Warhammer with little figurines, and for those listening, it's just something to experience that's different than the typical arcade game and or video game, because you use a little bit more. Maybe expose your kids to it. Maybe they'll like it. Maybe they won't. At least you have family time. That's something that you could participate in with your kids and be like, okay, instead of Monopoly, you could be like, okay, we're going to play, Warhammer, which is you roll the dice, you put your figures there, depending how many you roll, how far, who do you take out, and then you do all that. It's just a really cool thing. So there you go. Let's see. Rosalie says, yeah, stay away from it. The board. I was such a rebel. I brought it into my room and my dad kicked me out. She's talking about the other Ouija board, not Warhammer. You guys switch it up. Warhammer. Okay. That's non spirit activity. So don't bring spirit activity in your house. Trust me. It's basically opening an open portal into Nowhereville. You're like, okay, let's see. Just don't do that. Trust me about it. There's no good stories I've ever heard that like end up really good from that stuff. It's just a game. Okay, you play that on your own and then tell me how you are in like 12 months. All right. So look, lots of stories though. Oh, and King Kong, went to go see that at the drive-in by myself. But I will say, where are the drive-in theaters, man? Thank you for tuning me. So I went to the Montclair one. What's it called?
Which one did you go to?
I think it's called Tiki something. The Tiki Room or Tiki.
Yeah, I think you were talking about that one last week.
Tiki Drive-In. That's what it's called. So the Tiki Drive-In, again, if I can make, I'm telling you, for your family members, this is stuff that you got to just include in your family. Okay, in this one, they actually play very modern stuff. So there's other ones that don't play anything good, like they play old recycled stuff. Really? Violent Drive-In's really got to get it together, because all they're playing is just recycled stuff. I don't know why they're not paying like additional, because there were enough people there that I was like, wow, okay. So here it is. Mission Tiki Drive-In Theater. Okay, I've been to this one. Adults, $10. Kids, 5 to 9, $1.
Wow.
Hello, $1. So here are the movies, right? The Unholy, Promising Young Woman, and you get 2 for 1, right? So that's like $5 per person, right? Okay, one's Voyagers, The Chaos Walking. I need to see that. There's Godzilla versus Kong, 1 at 8, 1 at 10:30. Another one's Nobody and Murder in the Woods. Okay, coming soon. Here's some cool movies. Mortal Kombat's coming soon to that. Right? Are you looking forward to seeing that?
Oh yeah, I'm excited for that one. I think we got 2 weeks left until it comes out on the 23rd.
Yeah, I don't know what this one is. The poster looks kind of cool. Spiral. Okay, cool. So they have a really cool website, and they have a really good they've got one in. So they have a chain of them in Southern California. They have one in Utah, Redwood. So for our Utah Adians, West Valley City, but they've got one in Montclair, one in Riverside. That's the Van Buren one that you've gone to, right? And then one in San Diego. So. And they're really cool themes. So I highly recommend it if you're looking for something to do and you're looking for the kids. I saw families there doing what they do, right? Some take the trucks, and one person, he was cute. I think he took his maybe, I don't know, his young kid, but they sat in the back and they put like a a couch in the back of the truck so that they could watch it from the truck's viewpoint. You know what I mean? Just back it up. And then it's just a way to go back to the way it was. And then at the same time, watch a movie on the big screen, right? And just have some outside, some fun. So there you go. All right, people, we're going to take a little bit of a break. There's some ideas for you and or your family. By the way, King Kong, go see it. I enjoyed it. Kong versus Godzilla or whatever, Godzilla versus Kong. Go see it. You'll have questions at the end, but I think it gets the family talking, and there you go. Okay, we'll take a quick break. Come back with some news stories that you could use next here on The Morning Show. Stay tuned.
You owe $10,000 or more to the IRS or state? Did you miss sending out a prior year tax return? The IRS is out to collect now more than ever, and they'll use any means necessary. They legally can and will garnish your wages, take your money, and even seize your property. If you're behind on your taxes, call the Tax Relief Hotline right now at 951-224-9000. That's 951-224-9000. 951-224-9000. You can legally get your tax debt under control and in many cases get the breathing room you need. Garnished wages, property seizures, bank levies can stop immediately, but you have to call. Many of our specialists are IRS enrolled agents. They know the system and how to make it work for you. Don't wait for the IRS to come down on you. Act now so you can get your tax debt under control. Call the Riverside office today for free info at 951-224-9000. That's 951-224-9000. 951-224-9000.
Tried shipping a package lately? It's amazing how difficult and time-consuming it can be. Packing envelopes, boxes, second-day ground, next-day air, it's all enough to give you a headache. Next time, do yourself a favor, go with the pros at the UPS store in Beaumont. They'll pack it right and let you know all your shipping options. You can also take care of everyday tasks like copies, faxing, notary services, and live scan fingerprinting. And while you're there, pay your Edison, gas company, and Verizon bills. Open extended hours Monday through Saturday. The UPS store in Beaumont, located in the Oak Valley Plaza at 1440 Beaumont Avenue. Call 951-769-5956. That's 951-769-5956. Online at the upsstorolocal.com/5027 or Google 5027.
We're in the studio with Fred Penny, managing attorney with Penny & Associates Injury Lawyers. Fred, tell us what makes you the number one choice for handling personal injury cases.
Most of our firm is made up of former insurance company trial lawyers with extensive experience handling all types of personal injury matters. We believe that gives us a distinct advantage.
That's Penny & Associates Injury Lawyers with locations throughout California. For a free consultation, go to pennyandassociates.com or call 1-800-616-4-LAW. That's 1-800-616-4-LAW.
There's more to the water you drink than you think. It's structure that matters the most to your body. So healthy is clean and pure and mineralized, but processed has lost the structure essential to water. It comes right back with the golden ratio. Your glassware is all it takes, so get it right. You'll be sharper by day and sleep better at night. GoldenRatioProducts.com.
Welcome back. Yes, it is the morning show here on ABC News Radio, KMET 1490 AM. Joining our live stream audience there. However you join us, let us know. We want to know where you're at, what you're thinking is good for the family and or the young ones. If you got really good ideas, share them. I think sometimes the kids out there kind of wonder, where's the fun at, right? And so you got to remember, have fun, make fun for the family, and there you go. I'm looking at one story about a lot of people that have lost the taste and smell from COVID-19. Do you know anybody that has there, Jesse?
The only one I know is my mom lost her taste. I don't think it's come back, or was it her smell? No, I think it was her sense of smell. I don't know if it's fully come back all the way, but I'll probably have to ask her.
Well, you're going to want to definitely maybe check this out. Tasteandflavorbook.com. It's FLAVOUR cookbook.com. The cookbook Taste and Flavor was written by chefs Ryan Riley and Kimberly Duke. It blends aspects of culinary science and medical research by looking at taste, smell, and other sensory perception to help people who lost their senses enjoy food again. Some estimates show that loss of smell from COVID-19 lasts 2 to 3 weeks for roughly more than half of patients who test positive for the virus. According to one study from Dr. Pisario from the Department of Otolaryngology at Washington University School of Medicine, St. Louis, 95% of people who experience these problems recover completely. But the science surrounding the changes in taste and smell from COVID is still evolving. Researchers have noted that for some patients, when they do regain smell, fragrances they used to enjoy smell different, even unpleasant. It could be due to olfactory cells having to rewire as they recover. According to Dr. Barry Smith, a scientist who worked on the cookbook, it's possible to use food therapeutically. Well, yeah, no duh, it's called comfort food. While the recipes in the book will not cure the loss of taste and smell, they can help people still find enjoyment in eating while the senses recover on their own. Many people experience symptoms are still able to taste certain flavors such as sugar, salt, lemon juice, even the bitterness of coffee. He said his work showed that when taste and smell are altered, other senses can help people enjoy their food with certain textures. It can include stimulating saliva with umami flavor and stimulating the trigeminal nerve, which amongst other roles regulates spicy food sensations like stinging, cooling, or even burning. Oh man, now I want some good tacos right now. I'm just thinking about it. Riley provided an example of these principles with his favorite dishes from the book, miso butter potatoes with green herb vinegar. Miso and potatoes both have a strong umami flavor. Oh man, I want sushi. Which has been helpful for those struggling with changes in taste because of how well they elicit saliva. I'm eliciting saliva right now. Smell, which he explained accounts for 80% of taste, is also satisfied via the vinegar, pepper, and mint found in the dish. Mint, for example, stimulates this particular trigeminal nerve. Meanwhile, the chef said that garlic and onion, which normally are excellent bases for dishes, are often found to be repulsive to patients suffering from altered taste and smell. Did not know that. They said to ABC News, quote, "It was all about having to create what's called safe, non-triggering foods. We know things like potatoes are really good for that. Good to know. Pasta, rice, quite simple flavors. We then use the Life Kitchen principles, looking at using a lot of umami, which is our fifth taste, or soy sauce, mushrooms, Parmesan, and trying to add in all of that as the depth and the base that you would originally get from things like garlic and onions to create delicious tasting food." So it's not just about the food, it's about getting those senses back. How, you know what? That's one reason not to get coronavirus. Jesse?
Right. I'd be horrified if I lost my sense of taste. I'd go crazy. But then I'd eat all the nasty food that I wouldn't like eating. So it's a win-win, right?
Maybe, I don't know. And I would not trust, it says here, there are other risks. Lack of smell can put people at risk for fires, food poisoning, as they lack the ability to smell spoiled food or even smoke. So no, it is not something I want to lose. I forgot about that. Do you smell anything? Nah, I don't smell anything. It's all good. You don't smell anything burning? No, got nothing. All right. Imagine two people that have no sense of smell, not knowing that there was a fire in their backyard. Seriously.
Right, you're right.
So there you go. All right, people. All right. Let's you can download for free the cookbook. It is at tasteandflavorbook.com. I'll go ahead and show this on our social media here. If you're listening on the radio, then here it is for you. You can check it out. Let's see, Taste of Flavor, and it's a free download. There you go. You sign up. There's the email. Boom, boom, boom. Interest in Life's Kitchen Taste and Flavor Book. It's a collection of recipes for people who have lost taste because of COVID. So there you go. You could get that, and there you go. Don't say I didn't give you anything for free, but it wasn't me. It was them. So there you go. Why not? Okay, we'll take a quick break here on the morning show. We'll be right back with more right after these messages.
KMET AM 1490 presents Beaumont High School football. This Saturday night, April 17th at 5 p.m., Beaumont meets Redlands East Valley in a Citrus Belt League game. Live from Don Smith Field in Beaumont. I'm Mitch McClellan. Join Brett Malik, Scott Reed, and me as the Cougars meet the Blackhawks. Beaumont football broadcasts are sponsored by Del Taco Beaumont, Top Line Industrial Supply, Little & Sons Insurance Services, The Sandtrap Sports Bar and Grill, AC Propane, Donut Delight, Cherry Valley Nursery and Landscape Supply, Truckworks, La Michoacana, Scott's Headers and Mufflers, Pericone Juices, Ramona's Mexican Restaurant, and Class X Auto Body. That's Beaumont High School football action this Saturday night at 4:45 for the pregame show, live from Beaumont on your home for Cougars football, KMET AM 1490.
Are you a self-published author that maybe underestimated the challenges of marketing your own book? I'm Suzanne Lynn, and we help authors sell more books through video interviews and radio advertising. You see, a professional video interview is really an author's secret weapon for marketing because it makes an emotional connection with your reader that can be posted to social media, YouTube, your book's landing page and website, your Amazon author page, and even sent to media to request interviews. We guarantee that video interview will be viewed by a minimum of 3,000 people in your target audience. And let's face it, no one can sell your book better than you speaking about it yourself. Plus, we can run commercials on our nationwide network of radio stations that targets your specific reading audience. Find out more at GiveMyBookWings.com. That's GiveMyBookWings.com. Again, GiveMyBookWings.com.
Do you need a car? Been shopping only to be turned down because of bad credit, low credit, no credit, bankruptcy, or divorce? Guess what? Today's your lucky day because now you can buy a car, truck, or SUV, just about any vehicle. It's true. Bad credit doesn't matter. No credit doesn't matter. Bankruptcy or divorce, it just doesn't matter. As a matter of fact, your job is your ticket to your new vehicle. We're Auto Credit Express, and we've helped thousands of people just like you. Antonio H. told us, great company, got me connected, and the day I went in, I drove off in the car I wanted. 100% worth your time. Need a car? Get started now and drive off as early as today. Just go to 12ignoremyscore.com right now. That's www.12ignoremyscore.com. Auto financing the easy way. 12ignoremyscore.com. Get started today. Auto financing the easy way.
That's right. It's the morning show here on ABC News Radio, KMET 1490 AM. Joining our live stream audience there. Thank you for kicking it up a notch with us. This is the latest headline. City of LA is expanding the eligibility to residents 16 and older. The county announces new household vaccination effort. Yes, Corey Brule, an LA resident getting his vaccine at Cal State, said, it's great. I'm eager to not be a part of this COVID lifestyle anymore. So I think the stress is going to start washing off pretty immediately. LA City residents age 16 older can make appointments to get vaccinated through the city's registration portal at carbonhealth.com/COVID-19 vaccines Los Angeles through the appointments, though the appointments will not be until Tuesday at the earliest. Though there are still questions about vaccine availability, Johnson & Johnson shipping out fewer doses due to the manufacturing problems that they had recently. Healthcare workers say the expansion is necessary. Dr. Suman Radhakrishna, director of infectious disease at Dignity Health California Hospital, said, quote, in order to prevent the next surge from happening, we need a large number of people to be immune, not naturally, but through the vaccine. She said giving the vaccine to younger, healthier people will help slow the spread dramatically. She went on to say these are the individuals who may carry asymptomatic disease, and if you vaccinate them, then the likelihood of it spreading around is going to be a lot less. Those able to get vaccinated over the weekend said they were looking forward to returning to a more normal pre-pandemic life. Amir Manocheri said, quote, I'm definitely excited because I'm going to be traveling. I'm going to go to Florida, so I want to be prepared because I'm going to see my sister out there. On Sunday, the LA County Department of Public Health announced appointments for Tuesday and Wednesday would be available for entire households living in a number of communities. To be eligible, at least one member of the household must be currently eligible to receive the vaccine, and the households must live in one of the communities called the Forum, Pomona Fairplex, and or around for Azusa, Baldwin Park, Bradbury, Almonte, Industry, Irwindale, La Puente, Cal State University, Northridge, covers San Fernando, Sun Valley, and Sylmar. Let's see, Magic Mountains is open to all communities. Who knew? Balboa Sports Complex is in North Hollywood, Reseda, and Van Nuys. Office of Education Downey covers Harbor area, Hawaiian Gardens, Paramount, and Wilmington. And the Forum covers Florence, Linwood, Maywood, Rosewood, Watts, Willowbrook, West Athens, Westmont, and Balboa. To make an appointment, household members will enter the same eligibility criteria as the person eligible. For example, over 50 or a qualifying health condition or job sector when booking an appointment through the they have another one called myturn.ca.gov. So myturn.ca.gov. Information including name, date of birth, other information has to be entered there. The state will expand vaccine eligibility to all Californians age 16 and older Thursday, though those under the age of 18 can only receive the Pfizer vaccine. Okay, that one, that I'm a little out on that. I'm not really happy about that. I think they should give you a chance to pick which one. I heard somebody recently got the Pfizer one as well, and we had a little bit of a back and forth. Well, which one's good? Which one's bad? Which one's good? And but there you go. So I did hear that there was a situation that I didn't know about the Johnson & Johnson, but I believe they picked back up on that one as well. Again, all of these have some type of issue with them. I will say this though, this is an interesting story as well, which I think is kind of like telling because China had it first, right? In a rare acknowledgement, China's top disease control official says current vaccines offer low protection against the coronavirus, and mixing them is among strategies being considered to boost the effectiveness. China has distributed hundreds of millions of doses of vaccines abroad and is relying on them for their mass immunization campaign. The director of the Chinese Center for Disease Control and Prevention, Gao Fu, said at a conference Saturday that efficacy rates needed improving. Now, remember, again, we live on a global pandemic world right now, right? So it's good to see what other ones are saying, either ahead and or behind and or side by side. He said in a presentation on Chinese COVID-19 vaccines and immunization strategies at a conference in the southwestern city of Chengdu, said, "We will solve the issue that current vaccines don't have very high protection rates. It's now under consideration whether we should use different vaccines from different technical lines for the immunization process." He praised the benefits of mRNA vaccines, the technology behind the two vaccines seen as the effective, Pfizer and Moderna's, months after questioning whether the then unimproved method was safe. But in a message to the Associated Press, he said late Sunday night he was speaking about the effectiveness rates for vaccines in the world, not just for China. He did not respond to other questions about vaccines he was referring to. He directed the Associated Press to an interview he did with the state-owned Global Times, which has published several articles raising doubts about the safety of Pfizer's mRNA vaccine. So they're kind of all over the board on this. But my point is this, the number, at least here abroad, is, ticking in some areas up and in some areas not so up. So just pay attention to your area and remember, don't be like those that do get the vaccine and then they go, "Oh, I'm cured from it," or "I'm never going to get it." I think if anything, there needs to be a little bit of 411 at these facilities, right, Jesse?
Oh yeah, most definitely. I would love if I can go to a place and have all the information about each and every vaccine information, stuff like that, instead of having to rely on the TV and the fear mongering.
Yeah, I think that's important because there's situations where you're like, okay, you kind of need to know more than what it is versus just getting it and then being like, okay, yeah, I can party now. No. I do think it's interesting though that what they're saying is, when it came to certain ones getting it, but at the same time, like if you get the younger ones to get it, then of course you've got a better handle on it. Does that make sense? Because you got the ones just throwing caution in the wind. And now we're starting to see again a spike almost around the same time as we did last year, which I think is really odd timing. We see the protesting happening again. Again, not that it's not right for the situation that it's happening, but it's almost like, are we doing a repeat of last year? Let's not go down that road. But we're starting to see protests in certain areas around the country again. I think they had to shut one down on a White Lives Matter situation in Huntington Park. So, yeah, I just read about that. But maybe you guys need a little bit of fun time. SeaWorld's rides and indoor attractions is reopening to visitors who are limited to California residents only. That's opening today. So that's kind of good news, right? For people that want to be like, you know what? I kind of need a little bit of a break. Let's see. SeaWorld's reopening their theme park attractions. Let's see. I'm looking at whoever else is as well. You can go to the SeaWorld website and check it out, SeaWorld.com. Although I feel bad for the animals there. Well, at least they're behind, like, they won't get it right. The change comes as venues and businesses around San Diego County celebrate moving to the state's orange tier for COVID-19 restrictions, expanding limits and allowing places to open their doors for the very first time. So there you go. So that's kind of nice. You get to take a little trip down there and have some fun. So I don't know. I don't know how long they're going to stay open. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but you know what? It's good for it gets people at least thinking positively, right? So there you go. I mean, Florida did it. Why not? I don't know. Just don't do it uncautiously. Okay, people. All right, we're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back with more right after these messages. Stay tuned.
You're running out of letterhead. What do? Litho Pass Printing. You need business cards. Now what? Litho Pass Printing. Invitations to a wedding? Litho Pass Printing and Banning is the answer. Litho Pass Printing can provide banners, signs, and blueprints. Think of Litho Pass Printing and Banning for quality graduation, birthday party, and baby shower invitations. Litho Pass Printing also provides lamination, faxing, and photo prints. If you need it inked, make it Litho Pass Printing. Litho Pass Printing and Banning.
Hello, listeners. Christopher here from The Christopher Show. Hey, I want to talk to you a little bit about CBD. Now, CBD is not approved by the FDA as of yet. Myself, as well as millions of other people across the USA, have used it with help for pain, anxiety, sleep, and other conditions. Now, all CBD products are not equal. It really matters on where you get the CBD from. Now, I suggest you get it from a qualified pharmacist, and I happen to know of one. It's at Your Pharmacy and Mobility Solutions in Beaumont, California. They only carry pharmaceutical-grade CBD products of the highest quality. So if you want the best, you go to Your Pharmacy and Mobility Solutions. Their staff is there to help you with all your CBD, pharmacy, and mobility needs. They're located at 1680 East 6th Street in Beaumont, California. Give them a call, 951-845-8252. Once again, it's Your Pharmacy Mobility Solutions in Beaumont, 951-845-8252. Once again, it's Your Pharmacy and Mobility Solutions in Beaumont, California, 951-845-8252.
Mattress Brothers Overstock Mattress Sale. Just $3.99 for a foam encased queen pillow top set. $3.99. Check out Mattress Brothers $3.99 Overstock Sale. Mattress Brothers at 120 West Redlands Boulevard in Redlands. The $3.99 Overstock Sale is on now. $3.99 for a foam encased queen pillow top set. Mattress Brothers also has locations in Hemet, Riverside, and Palm Desert. The $3.99 Queen Pillow Top Sale on now.
Your health truly is the greatest gift. At U-Theory, quality of life is at the heart of every product we make. From farm to shelf, we travel the world to source the purest, most efficacious, and clinically studied ingredients to create science-backed supplements that support beauty, emotional, digestive, and physical well-being. All U-Theory products are manufactured at our Southern California facility, ensuring the highest quality standards every step of the way. As a family-owned company, we celebrate the power of human potential with a mission to inspire wellness in all. Try U-Theory Immune Plus Daily Wellness. 100% daily values of vitamin C, D3, and zinc. Go beyond the you of today and catch the you of tomorrow. U-Theory.
Welcome back. Yes, it is the morning show here on ABC News Radio, KMET 1490 AM. This is an interesting headline here. COVID-19 variant B117. This is one we've had a lot of information come in the last few months. I want to say it's one of those that you go, I don't want to talk about that one, right, Jesse? Have you heard about that one?
No, I have not. What variant are we talking about?
Oh, yeah. We've talked about it a couple of times. It's the B.1.1.7.
Yeah, I have no idea. Unless we minimize it to something other than B48769 Alpha 9. I don't know.
Yeah, Well, it's like what I said. Like, if they had A, B, C, and D, like hepatitis A, B, C, and D, and you got certain different levels of ones. Michael Osterholm, director of the Center for Infectious Disease Research and Policy at the University of Minnesota, said that B117, that's B.117. I'm just going to call it B11. I don't know, B117. I don't know. B117 has made him rethink his stance on reopening schools for in-person learning. It's a totally different virus in the sense of what it's doing epidemiologically, he said. I think school openings today are going to greatly enhance transmission of B117 in our communities, and I predict that within weeks we will be revisiting this issue, unfortunately, after we've had substantial transmission. The latest headline, it's spraying kids. The highly contagious strain is now in all 50 states, and data suggests it may affect kids more than people realize. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention lists it as a variant of concern, meaning that researchers are keeping a close eye on it. The variant seems to easily and rapidly spread. It may cause a greater risk of death than previous variants. This is the one that we talked about a couple of weeks ago that I said, okay, it has a higher, like if you're going to get it, you might be in the hospital. What was it? I think 60 to 80%. Maybe it was lower than that. So this is not the variant that you want. A report published in the British Medical Journal found that more than 50,000 Israeli children tested positive for the virus in this January, which was more than any month during the country's first and second waves of the virus. In Italy, 10% of the village of Corzano tested positive for COVID-19 on February 3rd. And 60% of those were infants and elementary school-aged children who then passed the virus on to adults. So do you see where we're going with this? This is called preemptive. Look at where it's happening around the world and then see what's happening here. We're kind of always at the tail end of this. Have you noticed that?
Oh, most definitely. Just quick question. What's the number one lesson that you learned in the coronavirus time?
You mean last year?
Yeah. Well, just in general, that people still don't do today.
They still don't do today? Believe it's real.
Oh, okay. I didn't even think about that. I was thinking, wash their freaking hands. How hard is that? Wash your hands.
Like, that's for everything, whether it's a virus or not. Yeah. No, I'm surprised at people. I still like, no, it's not real. Don't worry about it. Whatever. I'm like, okay. It's hard to say for sure. Dr. Juan Salazar, pediatric infectious disease specialist and physician in chief at Connecticut Children's, tells Yahoo Live B117 is more contagious, and lately there's been greater contact between kids than there was 6 months to a year ago. With that, there's a greater risk of spread. In Michigan, they're currently experiencing a huge surge in cases, including those due to B117. COVID-19 cases among kids are ages 10 and 19 in the state rose by 133% last week compared with the 4 weeks prior. So basically, do you understand that, again, back to what we're saying? Now, some of these vaccines are good for the, I believe, the first 3 to 4, possibly more variants, but the ones that are coming out, there's new variants all the time. I think one article posted that there was about, well, now up to 32 different variants, but among the top 3 is definitely the B117 one, which we're going to have to be watching very closely. And as a parent, I think it's very important for you to at least be aware of it ahead of time, if in the event that it comes, into your inner circle with new places reopening. I mean, we talk about places reopening. I got to share it. Doesn't mean I'm for it. It just means it's there, right? So, we got to share it. There it is. It's up to you whether or not you're going to go ahead and allow it to happen to your kids and or their schooling. But I have just got to say again, we're not out of the woods with all the vaccines that are happening. So I know the feeling is that we are, but we're just not. I know going into the summer, it's going to feel like, yay, but still wear your face mask and get the ones that actually stay over your nose. So many, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, Jesse, but I mean, I hate to say this. I wanted to tell people, like, and the card shop was really smart about this, like, wear it above your nose, but it would slip, right? So there's ones that just, they're made, they look cool, right? They're like a very thin fabric of some sort. But get the N90, just invest a little bit more money on it. And then get a UV light that cleanses it at the end of the day. And you could recycle them again and again and again. That's what I do. I have yet to get sick with coronavirus.
Right.
as of yet.
Just get a good mask that fits properly. You
Yeah.
know, have it be too big or too small. You just got to find one that fits right. A lot of them don't fit properly on people, so
Yeah.
no, a lot of times it slips off mine.
Right. Exactly. Again, just because I didn't get it doesn't mean I don't know it does exist, right? I know people that have had it, gotten well. I know people that are currently fighting it. One of my Facebook friends is currently fighting it, has what's called coronavirus pneumonia, which is not good. And she's at home. I forgot to message her and say, go to the hospital and just get checked in, because that's a bad pairing. And she's young. She's probably like 38. But there you go. Just be very careful, okay? So again, this is the latest. A lot of stuff has happened in just the last 24 hours. Like this one, unlawful assembly declared after deadly crash in South LA turned chaotic. An unlawful assembly was declared last night after authorities say a combative crowd of 150 to 200 people are gathered at the scene of a crash that killed 3 people in South LA. All right. That was one situation. Here's another one. Huntington Beach police declare unlawful assembly after counter protesters show up at White Lives Matter rally. This was in Huntington Beach Pier. This was just yesterday. And then across the nation, the one that's getting the most is this one, Minnesota, where the family of a 20-year-old man say he was shot by police before getting back into his car and driving away, then crashing several blocks away. So we're starting to get a same situation as we did last year. I'm not going to take away from these people that have died, but it's starting to remind us of what not to get into. Don't do a repeat of last year, please. We had a lot of problems that ended up closing a lot of businesses, hurting a lot of people, and a lot of those places still haven't recovered, even here on the west side. If you drive down Santa Monica, you drive down LA, you drive down certain areas, places that you thought were like used to be cool. I mean, you wouldn't recognize them right now. So I get it. You want to express yourself and or protest, but let's not take ourselves and put us further down the hole than we already are. Does that make any sense?
Oh no, it does. I never understood the purpose of looting and burning and be like, why? Because it's your neighborhood. You shop there. Why would you want to destroy it?
Yeah, this is. I mean, I get it. I get that there's some uneven. Let's put it this way. I remember getting not pulled over, but I was just parked, and they did the whole 9 yards. Took me out of the car. I was in, what was it? Torrance. Was it Torrance? Yeah, Torrance. And I was just sitting there thinking, you know what I mean? I was just sitting there thinking, instead of just, they pulled me out, looked for stuff. It was in one of the new vehicles that I was given, to test drive. And kid you not, I was like, and there were 4 police officers. And I was glad there were 4, because there were the 2 backups and then there were the other 2. But I guess I was in a business district, and I just was, thinking a little bit longer than normal. And there you go. But I mean, nothing in the car even. As soon as everything, they took off right after, like, oh, we're so sorry. But well, no, they didn't even say they were sorry. They were just kind of like, oh, okay, bye. And but could have gotten worse if I were maybe a person that looked, highly suspicious, and didn't have, the proof to show, well, I was test driving the car, and I get cars once a week, and I did have to mention I do radio. They were like, oh, what station? I'm like, well, what's your badge number? No, I'm just kidding. I didn't say that. I don't challenge. But in my head, I was thinking about it. I was like, okay, can I get your numbers? But I don't do that, because they were trying to do their job on their end. But I didn't get roughed up. But boy, if I did, imagine. So again, for those that are roughed up and you have a situation where you have, it's still existing. So there you go. Be careful out there. Remember, there are people around you that need, again, to just focus on stuff that is fun. Seriously, go get yourself a board game, go to the gaming store, try out one of these, try something out with your family, and stay home. All right. At the end of the day, you can do it once in a while. You can get something for the kids to think about. Just have fun. Okay. Seriously. I'm going to throw it out there one more time. Okay. Since some of you are new and or listening, in Pasadena, and I think in other stores as well. It's called Odyssey Games. Okay, Odyssey Games, and they have all kinds of new stuff. You know what? Just do it. Have fun with it. Odyssey Games in Pasadena. Okay, go in. Tell them I sent you. They probably will have no idea who I am. It's odysseygamesco.com. Okay, if you want to go there, or just like them on Facebook and spend some time with the family with such, and just chill. And then, you know, that's the best time to actually start thinking of things. And what I mean by that is, like, you know, have conversations with your kids. You know, it doesn't just, there's so many ways to do it. I'm just going to bring up a couple of pictures here because I just want to share this on the way out. And I think, again, this is really some of the cool stuff that you could do. So they have the tables there. I don't know if you can see our live stream there, Jesse, but if you go to our live stream there, and hopefully you can see that. But you see these little figures there?
You can see it, yeah.
Yeah, you could paint them. You could create them. You know, they come, and then you paint them. And then you've got environments like this, where I saw like 4 grown adults going at it with one another. You know, you roll the dice, and then you can attack one attacks the other. See the ones with the red, and then the other ones on the left. You could have 4 or 6. How cool is that, though? Like, those mech bots are taking out that monster.
It's cool. Actually, I want to go there someday. So hopefully, maybe on the weekend.
We gotta get like little cameras and live stream our session. What do you think? Your team
Right.
against my team.
That will depend on what game we're playing. Now, if we're playing Magic the Gathering, I think I have a little bit more edge than you. But
those are words you do not want to utter, Jesse.
I don't know. I
used to play.
I got at least 24, 25 years of experience.
I don't care. I played the online version, and it's faster.
Faster.
It is. It's faster. I came up with combos you would have never known. The problem is I don't have the cards. They're all in my digital format, so that sucks. So
I have physical cards. Me and my friend, we make little strategy combos to pretty much, like, if we can pull these 2 cards, the game's over.
Well, you know what? I think we can win money at these tournaments, so let's do it. All right, let's start. Right. Let's invest. All right, people, make it a great day. Whatever you do, remember, life is worth living. That's my time for the day. Make it a great one. Bye-bye, everyone.
What?